Power 100.
Power 100 from Sirius XM. Not great at any of them, and I generally would just rather sing. But I feel like WFAN from Odyssey. I could.
I've said this plenty of times. I'll say it again. They've only made the postseason in consecutive years twice in their history. Both coming after the curse of Bill Buckner. 99 and 2000, and again in 2015 and 16. And while neither of those years ended up in a championship, they were still great runs. 99 was great until the Braves. 2000 was great until the Yankees. 2015 was an incredible run until the Royals. I mean, they've had some good runs. I don't believe it. George is calling from Massapequa. What's up, George?
Hey, Pat, what's going on, man?
How are you, George?
Hey, nothing much. Yo, listen, I just want to say, I got two more guys. You took Amari, so Amari was one of my guys.
Okay.
But I got two more. All right. I got David Lee.
Yeah. Who else?
And I got Chris Duhon.
I can't put them on that list. I mean, I get why you're putting them there. I can't put them on that list. Those are just two. It's just dark years. I thought about Lee after I named Stoudemire. I thought about Lee. Duhon I probably wouldn't have gotten at all. I can't put them over Melo. And they didn't do enough, to have team success. Like, I put JYD over both those guys.
Real.
You know what I mean? I just love JYD. His energy, his mentality, all of that. Maybe I'll look through those rosters and let's see. What years are we talking here? 04, 05? Or is it later than that? I forget. These are like the lost years for me with the Knicks.
So they were dark times, but I mean, David Lee was like one of the few bright spots on that team.
Anthony Hardaway, Penny Hardaway, Quentin Rich. Oh, you know who? Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson. Let's see who else. Quentin Richardson, Marbury we mentioned. Oh, Jerome James, Channing Frye. God, this is bad. Eddie Curry, Steve Francis. Oh my God. Trevor Ariza. Actually, Ariza wasn't bad. Wow.
That was the first Knicks team I remember.
No, that is bad.
That's brutal. Channing Frye and Curry. I mean, Curry, Frye ended up being all right for Cleveland down the line, but Curry, my God.
Zach Randolph might be one. George, I'm just looking at
Zebo.
Yeah, Zebo. Zebo might make the cut. And thanks for the call, George. I love this actually. This is fun talking about this. I actually met him. Tim Thomas, no. Hold on, Alex. Let me do this here. Gallinari. Let's see. All right, now who you sending me, Mal?
Zebo.
Oh, okay. Alex, how about this? I'll talk when I want you to talk. I'll ask you a question, or if we're having a conversation, you can hop on. But if I'm in the middle of the show, it's a little distracting to me. Sorry to do that on the air, but I'm just want to let you know that. Nate Robinson. Let's see. Zebo, we did. Oh God, Jared Jeffries, Jerome James. Zebo might be up there. Now, where did you meet him?
It was at an airport in Jamaica, actually. It was like right after that was when he was on the Grizzlies, when they beat the Spurs, they were the 8th seed.
Was he nice?
Very nice, yeah. He was like a teddy bear.
Yeah, I think I would take Zebo over these guys. Larry Hughes, God, Tracy McGrady, they were so bad. Al Harrington. Ooh, there's one guy I think, let's see, I forget his name. Was it Al Harrington maybe that I liked the years after that? Let's see. I don't know. I mean, these were obviously dark years. No, not Al Harrington. I don't know. Just looking through some of these rosters, bringing back bad memories. God, the Knicks were so bad. So awful. Let's see that 2010, 2011 roster that was the first team to make the postseason. Anybody there that I like? Landry Fields, decent. Nah, ultimately, I can't put any of those guys up there. Amari would probably be the final guy that makes that cut. Bob is calling from Bayside. What's up, Bob?
Yes, Sal. Alan Bull keeps finding new ways to misuse his bullpen in ball games. Tonight, in the 6th inning, he brings in Ian Hamilton, who's been very good, giving multiple innings, zips through 2 batters. And what does he do in the 7th inning? He brings in this kid Cordero to start the inning.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's so quick to get to the bullpen. Bob, what are you doing? I can't hear you. You got to talk into the phone.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's going on? What are you doing? It's like I'm talking to my mother. She does the same thing. I'm like, Ma, talk into the phone. You know the little hole in the...
I'm talking into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So he starts. Hamilton's been very good. He gives you multiple innings. He just threw 2 batters and he's out in the 7th inning. He brings in this kid Cordero, he blows the game, and he brings in Michael King to bail out that inning. Why did he start the inning with Michael King?
Yeah, I mean, I maybe he wanted to use him less. I mean, I'm not sure his logic. Boone doesn't even have good explanations after the fact. I mean, I hate how he doesn't start guys in clean innings, and when he does, he takes them out in the middle of an inning. Hamilton should have pitched a little bit more than what he did. King could have been stretched out. Yeah.
A little bit more. He just threw 2 batters and he's out.
Yeah, 10 pitches. I know.
And Hamilton's been moving up into the top of the pecking order. He's been very good.
Oh, he's been one of the better relievers. Him and King. This game should have went Hamilton to King. There's no need for Cordero in here.
You got it, Sal.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you didn't do that.
That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you, Bob, for checking in. We appreciate it as always. This is a game you don't mess around in. And Boone's trying to get too cute. I don't know if he's trying to save somebody or squeeze an extra out or get somebody in their lanes. There's no need to mess around. You tied the game. Treat this like Game 7 of the World Series here. Go with your A guys in the bullpen. I thought that he was showing that once he went to Hamilton there. But then he couldn't wait to get him out. Hamilton to King. That's it. Noah's calling from the west side. What's up, Noah?
Hey, Sal. Good to hear from you.
How are you, Noah?
I'm all right, Sal. Listen, last time we talked was after Game 2, Devils and Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And we got on the phone, and we both thought the Rangers were going to the final.
Yeah. Terrible.
Then I saw you in front of MSG at Game 3, which they lost. And
Oh, no, that was you. Okay, now I know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. As we're going in,
That was Game 4. That was Game 4.
Was that Game 4?
Yeah, because I didn't go to Game 3. I went to Game 4.
Game 4. Anyway, Sal, I respect your opinion. What the hell happened? Can you explain to me? We all thought the Rangers really was our year. Turns out they don't even get out of the first round. Was it that they didn't have the talent we thought they had?
No.
Did they choke?
I think they choked. And I think that night, Noah, Game 4 was the prime example. Because if you look at this series, right, and now look at what the Devils have done against Carolina here, or what Carolina has done against the Devils, dominating in these first 2 games at home, to where Kira Schmidt is getting run from these games. Game 1 and Game 2 were Rangers domination. Game 3, the Rangers lost. Okay? They just lost the game. No big deal. It happens. In overtime, they lose a game to the Devils. Devils start to feel good about themselves. Rangers now feel all the pressure. And they completely choked in Game 4 because they didn't show up. They were thinking too much. They weren't crisp. You could tell that they were playing under pressure. It was one of the worst efforts I had ever seen from a postseason team, a postseason game from a team, at home in particular, but just in general, a horrible effort. And that, I think, set a bad tone the rest of the way. They got steamrolled in Game 5. They bounced off the mat in Game 6 just because they actually finally got some opportunities on Schmidt. He's not that good. So they were able to, even though they didn't play their best team, beat them. And then Game 7 again, they got steamrolled. I think it's a mental thing with them. And they unfortunately couldn't get off the mat after that poor performance in Game 4. And maybe even more so just a glass jaw when they lost that overtime game, that they couldn't get off the mat either. But it's not, you can't explain it. They were the more talented team. They're better than the Devils. And they beat themselves, Noah.
Yeah, I don't know, Sal. I don't know if they're better because, I mean, the Devils made them look like old men. And, you know, we got Keandre Miller, 23 years old. We got some good young players. Adam Fox looked like he was a scrub. I mean, what? How do you explain it? And they came off the mat in Game 6, and then they get crazy in Game 7. It's like, I just...
But if we take it from game 4 on, you're saying they made them look like old men. Games 1 through 3 were fine. They dominated the first 2, and they lost the third game in overtime. It happened. Well, I have a problem with game 4, 5, and 7. So there's really only 3 games that you take major issue with. And I can't even. I mean, game 7 was bad for just a different level. But game 5, you could understand. Devils back home. They're not going to lose every game at home. They steamroll. Fine. Game 4 is where it's unacceptable. Game 4 is where the Rangers lost the series because it shouldn't have gotten back to a game 7. Game 4 should have been where they go up 3-1. They could lose game 5, and then they put them away in game 6. That's how it should have gone down. So to me, it was game 4. That's the problem. And their effort was trash that night.
And you think the team is good enough? They just something happened. I'm just thinking like
They need changes, and I think Noah. And thank you for the call. It was nice meeting you outside the garden. They need a change in their mentality, and I think that last night we were talking to Vince Mercaglione, who covers the Rangers for USA Today and LawHub.com. And he was talking about how, Panarin was maybe thinking too much after struggling last postseason. It kind of got in his head slow start this year. Similar with Mika Zibanejad. Trouba maybe being hurt. Like, mentally, it seemed like the Rangers were weak. To me, and then you could see it when you're watching them. When they're passing, when they're shooting, they're all over the place. They're passing when they should shoot. They're shooting when they should be passing. They're all over the place. They're thinking too much instead of going out there and playing. And to me, that is a direct correlation with the head coach. I love Gerard Gallant, one of the more successful coaches first 2 years in Rangers history. I'm not pinning all the problems on him, but I think it's time for a change. Because you can't change Artemi Panarin, unfortunately. Certain guys you can't change. Lafreniere, I don't know if the Rangers are going to make a move with him or not, but he hasn't developed the right way. Maybe giving those guys more of an opportunity. They need a new coach. Start with that. But if you ask me if I think the Rangers were better than the Devils, 1,000%, I think they were better than the Devils. People call and talk about Akira Schmidt having some great goalie. He sucks. He sucks. He sucked then, and he sucks now. No offense. He got in the Rangers' head. Another thing, a big body goalie got in the Rangers' head. They didn't score him in game 3. All of a sudden, they feel in game 4. Oh my God, how are we going to score on this guy? The Canes are lighting him up. I'll finish up with your calls on the other side. 877-337-6666. Sal Licata on the fan.
Home of Tiki and Tierney, 10 to 2. You're leaning on guys who are either old or injury prone. Well, you're also leaning on hope. I hope that Max Scherzer still got it. And he hasn't had it for a minute now.
The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
Could your metabolism use a kickstart? Having gut issues? Feeling low energy? Sakara has an answer. Their new Sakara systems are targeted nutrition programs designed to solve your biggest health concerns, from weight management to digestion issues, and are delivered right to your door, ready to eat. Enjoy 20% off your first order when you go to sakara.com/radio or enter code radio at checkout. That's SAKARA.com/radio.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit betterhelp.com/gold to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/gold.
AT&T Fiber presents a straightforward moment.
Game on, baby. This looks great.
Yeah, streaming is amazing with AT&T Fiber.
Must be nice being a gigillionaire.
And straightforward pricing has made me want to be straightforward with you.
I'd much rather stream Ice Dancing. Is that Alma Hansen and Bjorn Anders? Oh,
Straightforward is better. No equipment fees, no data caps, no price increase in 12 months. Live like a gigillionaire with AT&T Fiber. Limited availability in select areas. Visit att.com/hypergig for details.
Uh-oh, here we go again with some big bang calls. It's saying,
Sure, we could offer you your paycheck as soon as we get it so you can pay your bills on time, but that just seems like a big ask.
bank with Mid-Florida and
lets you listen to local coverage for the team you love, live stream your favorite sports radio station, or jump back and listen to the best segments on demand.
Don't forget we talk to the manager every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Don't listen to some guy from the other side of the country tell you about your team. Live conversations for your local team, no matter where you are. Your season, your Odyssey. Get in the game and download the free Odyssey app today.
With over 90 years of combined legal experience representing the law enforcement community, Decolator Cohen and DeCrisco LLP continues to strive to educate police officers of their civil rights to sue in line-of-duty accident cases. The 2023 Police Officers' Right to Sue newsletter can be viewed on policeofficersrighttosue.com and provides successful results in varying line-of-duty accident cases. These results include damages recovered from RMP accidents involving the City of New York and civilian motorists, station house defects, ricochet injuries from the range, private premises slip and falls, sidewalk slip and falls, construction defects, snow and ice cases, and injuries emanating from defective RMPs. In any LOD accident, it is important for the officer to take photographs of any defects, injuries, or damage. It is also essential to draft a line-of-duty report and detail the cause of the accident in the paperwork. Remember, there's a 90-day time limitation to file a claim against a municipality. If any law enforcement member has a question regarding a potential lawsuit, contact Decolator Cohen and DeCrisco LLP at policeofficersrighttosue.com or call 1-800-901-1529.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. May is National Bike Month, so use your bike instead of your car, or for a little bit of exercise. When we each share one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
Hey, Connecticut, if you want name brand tires at the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, then get to Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody. Town Fair Tire.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. May is National Bike Month, so it's a great time to remember the benefits. Biking is a great mode of transportation, being faster than simply walking, while being cheaper and more environmentally friendly than driving a car. Plus, it's low-impact exercise, so it's easy on your joints and muscles. Biking can also help you sleep better and make you look younger. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. If there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around. I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself. And me never just wanted to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Growing up today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, like you're going through everything alone. But you know what? You're not alone. Friends, parents, coaches, all you have to do is reach out. Whether you need help or know someone who does, say something. Most of the time, all it takes to help is a simple connection. If you or someone you know needs more, New Jersey offers help to youth in crisis. Call or text 988. Reach out. It matters more than you think.
I'm JR, CBS Sports Radio, and I want to introduce you to a new podcast titled Agents of Inclusion, brought to you by Special Olympics, Odyssey, and JR Sport Reproductions. Every Wednesday, we'll be speaking with a different Special Olympics athlete to share their stories of perseverance, accomplishment, and path towards inclusion. We don't want you to just listen. We want you to become an active agent of inclusion as well. Special Olympics, Agents of Inclusion, find it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Fan is better when you're part of it. Call the Fan at 877-337-6666. Powered by Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com.
Finish up here on the phone. C-Mac, Chris McMonagle will take you through the overnight on this Saturday morning. Knicks Heat 3 3:30 this afternoon, and I cannot wait. I know somebody else that's excited for it is Hector in Washington Heights. Hector?
What's up, son? You darn right I'm excited for something. Oh, I can't wait for it.
Now,
Whatever you want.
if there is a Game 6, Hector, and it's a big if, maybe the next bury these Miami Heat in 5. If there is a Game 6, I believe I am going to make myself available to watch the game with you and anybody else who'd like to join us.
Sounds good to me. I'm a little bit mad. I've been waiting all week to hear from your brother-in-law, and I missed out. But I heard they worked everything out for you. I wish I could have joined you. I mean, if that offer was for you. But, you know, I didn't know about the situation like that. I can't do much else than what I'm doing right now. But I want to go back. What time did you have him on? I want to go back and listen to that.
He was on at 11, straight up at 11 o'clock. You can check it out on the free Odyssey app.
I'm going to go back and listen to that. And so you have me cracking up. You said about your mom and the phone, and I go through the same thing with my mom. What are you doing? This phone, I can't take it. Oh, you're driving me nuts.
Right. Talk into the bottom of the phone, please.
Right. Tom, before I go on the next, man, are we ever gonna hit? I'll say this, I was glad we won. So we started winning because of our pitching, because, well, defense figured it out, but people trying to beat us.
Did you go to the game? Did you go last night?
No. I couldn't. You know what happened to me, so.
Oh, right.
There's no way I could make that decision to go to the game. I had to be in the whole spot.
Can I ask you one question? How much did it cost you?
What?
How much?
Oh, the situation I was in?
Yes.
Exactly what I told you.
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I had to get another mess to keep whatever. But these hits, man. Like I said, I'm excited. I wish we was getting together tomorrow, whatever. But I want to see, I want to see RJ be able to still continue to be RJ. I know I'm expecting a big game from Red. I don't want to play around with these guys. I don't want to see Jimmy Butler be able to get healthy and cause a problem. So I want to go out there and win later on today. I don't want to waste time. I want to be back in the home court. I also want to see the team do a little bit more, like I said, to try to score baskets and just, take the obvious open play that Miami's inviting them to take. Now, if they're making it, there's nothing we can say, right? You're making it, it's great. But when you're not making it, I'm still eager to see the adjustments that Tatum's made.
You know what I think? You know what I think is going to be a big key in not only Game 3, but maybe the games in Miami in particular and the rest of the series? Emmanuel Quickly. I think they need Emmanuel Quickly. He's got to have an impact here.
You made me too. He needs to show up. We hear everybody else. They want to sign this guy. We got to give Medical the money. We got to do this. I'm really going to stop because to me, personally, he's a little erratic. I think sometimes his basketball IQ is not the best. So he might be better suited to be a starter so that he can have the space, the time on the court to be able to overcome his own mistakes, his own erraticness, or whatever. And he needs to find that balance right now to be able to come in off the bench and show that he can do that job. Now, maybe long term he's a starter, and we may have to move on from him. But right now, dude, we need you to figure it out, man, because you're a big part of this. You were a big part of it.
He's too big. You're exactly right. He's too big a part of it. It's not, we're hoping, like Quentin Grimes. I would hope at some point Quentin Grimes starts to knock down some threes. Yeah, dude. I mean, geez, it drives me up a wall. But we didn't see that often enough. Quickly was a legitimate six-man of the year. Like, he's got to have it. He was an impactful player for this team. He's got to have an impact.
Absolutely. But to the point on Grimes, if this dude could at least hit at least two of those wide open shots you get that usually do come within the flow of the offense, that'll help us out so much, man. I don't need you to hit 6 or 7 one game and then not hit 6 or 7 in the next 15 games.
Just hit a couple of good looks and we're good to go.
Right. Provided the outside shooting that we keep talking about that we need, that people are talking about, bring Fournier in the game.
Do you want there to be a Game 6 or no?
I mean, to be able to hang out and stuff, absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have a choice.
My own peace of mind, probably not.
So you want him to wrap it up in 5 then?
Listen, what I want above all is to advance. How about that?
Yeah,
I want to
well,
advance.
so
I
you,
don't care how long.
yeah, all right, well, you want all I'm saying, because if it goes 6, then we get to hang out and watch it together, maybe see them celebrate
Hey,
together.
oh, you know what? How about we take game 6 and we win that night and we can all go berserk?
Oh, my God, that'd be great. I'm telling you, I'm going to set it up, Hector. We'll talk to you, and thank you for the call. Go Knicks, baby! We're back! We're back! I'll even join forces with the big monitors. If there is a game 6, because I'm filling in that day during the day, and afterward, I am not going to be able to go home and have enough time to watch the game, so I'm just might as well go out in the city, and why not do a little watch party? Get the crew together. Everybody's invited, except Evan, because Evan's a Nets fan, but everybody else is going to be invited. Anyway, more on that next week. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. And let's hope the Knicks have, by the time I talk to you Monday night, have 2 more wins as they go down there and sweep these 2 games from Miami. All right, thanks to everybody who called and listened. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks to Rosie. Thanks to Alex's arm. Big weekend ahead. Maybe the Yankees could avoid a sweep. Maybe the Mets could sweep. But it's all about the Knicks and Heat. Go New York! Go New York! Go! We'll see you Monday.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM. Summer means the beach, the sun, the boardwalk, and of course, summer means the fan. How about that? Man, when you're a nerd, you're a nerd. You gotta go to the bathroom too. It's the kickoff to summer, presented by C4, the official energy drink of the summer. Join us in Belmar on the Friday before Memorial Day, May 26th, as Boomer and Geo, Tiki and Tierney, and Carton and Roberts do their shows live from DJs on Ocean Avenue. Rock out with Adam and the Metal Hawks. The kickoff to summer, brought to you by Rocka Vodka Vodka, the vodka that rocks. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Wendy's, choose wisely, choose Wendy's. And the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app. WFAN Sports Flash.
Brought to you by Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com. Morning at 2:01. I'm Kevin Dexter. The Yankees battled back, but it was not enough in their series opener in Tampa. Trailing at 4-0 in the 6th, they rallied to score 4, capped off by a Harrison Bader 3-run homer to tie the game. But in the 7th, the Rays struck back. A Wander Franco RBI double on a ball that was misplayed by Jake Bauers in left. It scored Yandy Diaz, who was ruled safe on a review. All added up to a tough-to-swallow 5-4 loss for Alan Boone and Company.
I like the way we're competing, and we gotta, it doesn't get any easier, and again, it doesn't wait for us. So we gotta just buckle up and go get after it tomorrow.
The Yanks have now lost 5 of 7. Queens' one hit was all the Mets needed to get back in the win column. Brandon Nimmo's 4th-inning solo home run, the only scoring of the game. The Mets shutting out the Rockies in the series opener 1-0. Kodai Senga got the win, tossing 6 scoreless innings of 2-hit ball. Adam Ottavino shut the door in the 9th for his 4th save. On the ice, the Devils will have to overcome another 2-0 series deficit if they want to move on. They were smoked by the Hurricanes 6-1 in Game 2 of their second-round series in Raleigh. Akira Schmid pulled after giving up 4 goals over the first 2 periods. And the Knicks finally back in action later this afternoon, Game 3 of their series with the Heat in Miami, with it all tied at 1 apiece. That's what's happening. I'm Kevin Dexter.
Let them have it. Call the Fan at 877-337-6666. Powered by Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com.
Chris McMonagle.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM. WFAN.
Yes, sir. Chris McMonagle here with you on this Saturday morning. It's 2 o'clock. I got you till 6. That's 4 hours if I'm doing my math correctly. And if I'm doing my math correctly, the Yankees are 10 games out. Oh, my God, the Yankees are 10 games out. Did you see that? It's 10 whole games. 10 whole games out after another loss in Tampa. After a game they absolutely had a chance to win. After a game that was blown by poor defense. After a game that was blown by the manager. After a game that had everything to do with the moves that the Brian Cashman has made since 2017 and 18.
Everything is a referendum on what Brian Cashman's done since 2015. They're 10 games out. It's over. The division's over. Well, yeah, sure. You see what the Rays are doing? The Yankees could be the 98 Yankees. They lose the division by 10 games. The Rays are on pace to win 130 games. You watch this game, if you think the Rays, who have been one of the smartest teams in baseball and have done more with less than I would argue than any team in baseball, and this is part of why Hal Steinbrenner doesn't like to spend money, because he puts money in their pockets when he goes over the luxury tax, and that's not an excuse. God forbid, I'm not making an excuse. I'm not making an excuse for Hal Steinbrenner. Don't get me wrong. He should spend more money. But part of the reason he doesn't want to spend all the money in the world is because you can't guarantee victories with spending a lot of money. Ask the Mets. You can't guarantee championships with spending a lot of money. And he's tired of putting the money in the smartest organization's pockets. To watch the Rays beat them and be on a pace they're playing 800 baseball. They're on a pace to win 132 games. And they beat the Yankees last night. It looked like it was going to be a rout. And then the Yankees actually fought back. Believe it or not. Even this ragtag bunch that's just a bunch of bums who's put together by a moron managed to fight back into this game and still blow it, because defense is an issue and late bullpen is an issue and everything's an issue. The lineup's an issue. But this team that's now 10 games out, you know what, I could care less. Honestly, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm the only guy. I could care less that they're 10 games out. They're down in the division. They're getting beat. They're one game over 500. They are 10 games out because the Rays are playing way above their skis. Let me tell you something right now. The Rays aren't winning 130 games. Okay? Maybe they're going to win a whole ton of games. Maybe they'll be the best team in baseball this year. Maybe they'll have a crazy record. Maybe they'll have a year for the books. The Yankees are one game over 500, and they are playing miserably. And they have, despite winning 2 games in Cleveland, or should I say against Cleveland at home, they're a mass unit, which, by the way, again, not an excuse. Not trying to tell you that it's okay because they've been injured, but you can't argue the fact that the entire team's gone. And you got more bad news about Rodon, which we'll get into as the show goes along here. Not making any excuses, just telling you a fact. The fact is, the team is in disarray right now because they've been injured left and right. But that's because they got injury-prone players. Yeah, we'll have that conversation, I'm sure. 877-337-6666. I'm sure you're going to give me a call and tell me about how Brian Cashman targets nothing but injury-prone players. Show me a team that doesn't have injured pitchers. Show me a pitcher they had an option to get this year that isn't injury-prone. But a conversation for another moment. The fact of the matter is, this Yankee team right now is not good enough to go into Tampa Bay and make mistakes and win a baseball game. Little mistakes. Little mistakes like Gleyber Torres going after a ball on the other side of the bag instead of going to second base to turn a double play that costs them a run. Little mistakes like, I don't know, dropping a fly ball to left field that has a 95% catch rate. From a guy who, the first time we saw him in Bowers, makes an unbelievable play in left field going for a ball, showing no care for his body, and slamming into the wall and banging up his knee. That cost him 2 days. That has made one error in his major league career, which isn't extremely long, but the guy is a good left fielder. For the most part, he's young, he's athletic, he made a great catch the first time we saw him, he's had one career error, and the guy absolutely butchers a ball in left field that cost the Yankees the game. And we can talk about Boone's managerial moves and whether or not he should have went to King in the late innings, or, whether or not pinch hitting for IKF is an embarrassment in the ninth, or Higashioka pinch hitting, that these are the options off the bench. We can all have that discussion. The fact of the matter is, the Yankees were in this game and they butchered a ball, plain and simple. They lost the game because of defense. Because if that catch is made, then it's 2 outs in the eighth in the inning with Rosarena coming up, and Michael King, who apparently can do no wrong and is a great reliever, and everybody just assumes if he was in the game, nothing would happen. I mean, he can give up fly balls that get dropped too. But he would have come into the game against the Rosarena, and they would have either blown it or won it, or it would have been in a position that everybody was comfortable with. The Yankees blew a game because they dropped the ball. And I'm tired of having to go in and talk about every single move the Yankees have made since 2017 every time they lose a game. And every time, and I've killed Boone. The last two games, the two decisions he made in Cleveland to go to Clay Holmes in the late innings, I killed him for it. They made absolutely no sense. They made absolutely no sense to take Herman out when he was throwing an unbelievable game. And to me, it made no sense in the last game of the series to go to Holmes in the spot he went to him and take out the reliever there. It made absolutely no sense to go to Clay Holmes, who struggled this year. To have Marinaccio cruising, getting 2 outs of the ninth inning, and then to have to bring in Clay Holmes made no sense. Boone is not, don't get me wrong, Boone is not above making mistakes. He makes mistakes all the time. And it's part of the reason why they are where they are. But every single move is so highly criticized. Every single thing they do. Oh, the left fielder butchers a ball. That's because Cashman didn't get a left fielder. Well, I agree. He didn't go out and get a left fielder to help bolster this team, and a team that had lack of outfield depth, knowing you had a young kid in Oswaldo Cabrera, who, by the way, stinks. Let's play the kids. Let's play the kids. Until Oswaldo Cabrera is 5 for his last 65, and we're begging to get rid of him. But the fact of the matter is a young, pretty good defensive left fielder, whatever the case may be, who's come up and hit a home run, and it was a big part of the victory the other day, and has made a great catch already in the outfield, who you feel completely safe about, a fly ball that's a 95% catch rate. I know we don't like new age stats, but here, let me just tell you what that means. It means if that ball was hit 100 times, it should be caught 95. That's pretty simple. That's why they lost the game. Because the players on the field who were good enough to compete in this game against a Tampa Bay team that is just so far superior. They were in this game and they blew it. The players blew it. And we'll get into the Boone decisions. We'll get into the, going to Cordero there in the 7th inning instead of Michael King. But ultimately, the players on the field have to play the game. And they were in this game. And whatever you think about Aaron Boone, his comments at the end of the game is 100% correct. I don't care they're 10 behind. I don't. I don't expect the Rays to continue playing at this pace. The Yankees aren't 10 games under 500. The Yankees aren't the Cardinals for whatever reason this year. The Yankees aren't one of the worst teams in baseball record-wise. The Tampa Bay Rays, now it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to tell you that divisions are won and lost because, necessarily just what you do. The fact that the Rays are playing this well is a factor in the divisional race, of course. But they're off to this amazing start. And I don't care other than how the Yankees play right now. It's May 2nd. Excuse me, 5th. Lose my mind. It's May 5th. Today is now May 6th. It's a month into the season. They're one game over 500. The entire team is decimated with injuries. I don't care what the Rays are doing right now. I care how the Yankees are playing. Because Boone's right. If the Rays go out and win 135 games, it doesn't matter what the Yankees do. They could be the 98 Yankees that lose in the division. And if they go out and continue to play 500 baseball, it doesn't matter what Tampa Bay does. The Yankees have to take care of themselves. That's it. So stop crying about being 10 games behind. I don't care. Enough teams make the playoffs, and we all know you don't care whether they win the division or not. All right, you might tell me you do, watching the games in May, and you're sick to your stomach, and you don't want to watch the Yankees anymore, and I can't take this anymore, and did you hear Mike Cashman in his press conference? I can't do this anymore. It's the same thing over and over again, the definition of insanity, and all the other crybaby things that this fan base says. None of it means anything if they don't play better. But, I mean, all of that, all the Cashman stuff, all the Boone stuff, it had nothing to do with why they lost this game last night. That one is tied 4-4 in the 8th. Or in the 7th. They dropped the ball. What are you doing? And it's frustrating to constantly have to go over this stuff. out over and over again about what Brian Cashman has done. And I heard the press conference. I agree. I agree. He explained away the injury stuff. He didn't even give an answer. What do you expect him to say? The same thing today from Billy Epler. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. The Yankees stink right now. They're not good enough. They should have went out and got a left fielder. They should have done something to bolster this offense. I've been saying it forever. I was saying it. I totally agree. But every day, every game, we have to justify it or figure out why this. The game is 7-7 in the 8th. Excuse me. The game is tied in the 7th. A fly ball is hit that has a 90% catch rate, and he dropped it. If he catches the ball, you have King in there in the game against the Rosarina, and that's where you want to be.
Get out of there.
And that's the problem with King, too. The problem with King is you feel like you can't, he's a guy who gets used for a bunch of innings, and you can't use him back-to-back days. It's probably their greatest strength and their biggest liability right now in the bullpen is that King is a guy who doesn't typically go back-to-back. Yeah, he's got length. Yeah, he'll get you in a game like this, and that's what Boone was trying to do. He's trying to push the game so that you can get King later into this game to go along. He's got Cordero there for 9, 1 and 2, knowing that he's got King for a Rosarena. Cordero got him 2 outs to a Rosarena, but the ball was dropped. That's what happened. And it was good to see Bader back, and he's come through, and he hits a big home run. That is a big home run. And as these guys start to come back, and this team starts to get complete, they should play better. And right now, they're in a division that everyone's playing. The Red Sox have now been on a hot stretch. The Orioles don't lose. The Rays certainly don't lose. But they're 2 games out of a playoff spot. And as I was saying before, I know you don't care about the division. Because all you're complaining is about what this team does in the postseason. You can't tell me you're complaining about the New York Yankees over the last handful of years where you hate them and you hate every decision they make. You can't tell me the problem is they don't win enough regular season games. That's not what you care about. That's not the problem with this team. They underperform in the postseason. Plain and simple. They underperform in the postseason. Are they in trouble in the division? Sure. The Rays are in. Who knows when Stanton's coming back? Hopefully Judge comes back in the next couple of days. We just found out more about Rodon, who's got a chronic back issue. Who knows when he'll come back? You gotta give him a shot. You gotta hope that the cortisone shot hits in the right spot and relieves the pain. And then he's got to go on a 6-week pitching program to get back into it. So who knows when the replacements are coming back? Totally agree. The Rays are playing at an 800 clip. The division's in dire straits right now. It's May 5th, and the division is in dire straits. But to me, I'm concerned about the Yankees. I'm not concerned about the Rays. I'm concerned about the Yankees. I'm not concerned about the standings. I'm concerned about the Yankees. And they have to figure out a way. They got 2 more games in this series. You got Vermont, who threw an unbelievable start, should have had a complete game shutout his last appearance. You got Cole, who the Yankees, whatever you want to say, are undefeated when he's on the mound. And they've got an opportunity to at least get one of these next 2, because you can't get swept. And try and stabilize the ship here, and hopefully keep their heads above water until the team comes back, and then they got to be one of the 6. Plain and simple. So I'll take your phone calls, 877-337-6666. I'm sure you want to talk about the Boone decision, which I'll get into further, and we'll break it down. I'm sure you want to talk about every single thing Brian Cashman has done since 2017 and why the team is completely flawed. I'm sure you want to call me up and tell me why they've lost. They're 10 games down in the standings, and the season's over, and you can't even watch them anymore. We can just go over all that. The Yankees are a mash unit that need to start playing better. And guys like Gleyber Torres can't make mistakes in the field. Guys like Rizzo need to start coming through. Even guys like Bowers, who's been a competent outfielder his career. This isn't IKF being misused and put in left field. That's an outfielder. For the first time we saw him, made an unbelievable play and got banged up in left field.
Get out of here.
Making a terrific catch.
Girl.
Who blew a ball.
My bed.
With the way the Yankees are, with the way this offense is, you can't afford 877-337-6666. McMonagle here with you. We'll get into that. Obviously, today is a Knick game day. 3:30, the Mets win a game 1-0 against Colorado. Sanger with a great performance for them to try and, stop their skid. Memo makes up for a horrendous base running decision the other day with a home run. The only offense really for the Mets. He had a double as well, got stranded at second base by 2-3-4, which is the problem with this Mets team. So we got plenty to get to. Mets, Yankees. Today's again 3:30 today, Game 3, Knicks Heat. So we got plenty to do. McMonagle here with you all the way till 6 o'clock right here on the Fan. 877-337-6666.
The Yankees face the Tampa Bay Rays at 4 in the afternoon today. The home of Yankees Radio, the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's easy to grow more vibrant plants. Just feed them with Miracle Grow Shake and Feed. Shake a little around your plants once every 3 months and you're good. That's all you need to know. Not even sure what to talk about the rest of this commercial. I guess I could list off my favourite plants. The weeping fig, honeysuckles, any kind of fern, I'm a sucker for a fern. Spider plants, roses, classic. Oh wait, I forgot to have to say the slogan too. Miracle Grow, all you need to know to grow.
Could your metabolism use a kickstart? Having gut issues? Feeling low energy? Sakara has an answer. Their new Sakara systems are targeted nutrition programs designed to solve your biggest health concerns, from weight management to digestion issues, and are delivered right to your door, ready to eat. Enjoy 20% off your first order when you go to sakara.com/radio or enter code radio at checkout. That's SAKARA.com/radio. So, you've got an idea for a business, the store of your dreams. There's just one thing to figure out. Everything. That's why Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform makes it easy to sell online, in person, and everywhere else. Sell on social media, source products with an app to get that first sale feeling. It's the only solution that gives you everything you need to sell everywhere you want. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/odysseyfree.
At Vitas Healthcare, our nurses are supported by a vast array of resources to help them grow in their career.
My name's Catherine Patterson. I'm an RN in Orange County, California. The Pathways to Excellence program is a good program. It's useful training for documentation, for patient care, and the CAP surveys as well.
Grow professionally and personally while applying your passion for caring. Apply today at careers.vitas.com. Your passion, our purpose, endless possibilities.
Whether your dog is in their puppy, adult, or senior years, there's nothing better than more years together. And the best way to feed their happy, healthy life is with fresh, healthy food. The Farmer's Dog makes it easy to keep your best friend healthy inside and out with fresh recipes made from real meat and veggies. They're pre-portioned just for your pup and delivered right to your door. Help your dog live a healthy life and get 50% off your first box of real fresh food at thefarmersdog.com/betteryears23.
Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Sometimes you try to fit it all in. Sometimes you don't know what's in store. Sometimes you find the feeling why. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes wondering what makes me so much love alone is right. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Politics, the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
I got so annoyed and animated during the open there that my headphones are falling apart and taking me a second to fix them. There you go. McMonagle here with you. 2:23 on the Fan on this Saturday morning. Alex Cesar on the other side of the glass helping us through. We got you till 6 a.m. So yeah, listen. It's just because I'm tired of just having the cashing debate over and over. I'm just tired of having it. And every single thing that happens ends up getting some sort of referendum on everything Brian Cashman has done. Like The idea of, well, that's because they don't have a left fielder and left field. That ball needs to be catched. Catch. I get paid to do this. I'm sure a lot of you are scratching your head at that thought. I understand. That ball needs to be caught. I don't care who's out there. That's an out every major league outfielder needs to make. Now that doesn't mean that you can't discuss whether or not Aaron Boone made the right decision. I don't have a problem with his bullpen management last night. I really don't. I mean, you can make the argument, and it would be a good one, that King should have just started that inning, or that Hamilton should not have come out of the game. Hamilton was in the game in the 6th inning. He gets the last 2 outs of the 6th, and Hamilton's been good. Hamilton's been good for the Yankees. You know what? So is Cordero. And he comes out, he walks the leadoff guy, which is the killer, the ninth guy. He brings him out for 9-1-2 in the 7th. So you got Siri, Diaz, Franco. He walks him, and then he gets what should be 2 outs, and then you go to King for a Rosarena. That was the plan. He wanted King for a Rosarena, Lowe, Ramirez. That's the lane he wanted, right? I understand lanes. He wants this, he wants that. I understand that. This wasn't Cordero getting knocked around the building. He walked the leadoff guy, then he got a ground ball and a fly ball that needs to be caught. It just absolutely needs to be caught. And then we're talking about something different, and King can't go multiple innings. King can go multiple innings, but then he doesn't come back the next day, which is their biggest problem. Because he's their best reliever, and to make him the closer and the most impactful reliever, you need him to go every day. But typically, he's a guy who goes multiple innings, and then he's not used. And that's why in a tie game, Aaron Boone is hesitant to go to him without the lead, because if you pitch him in a tie game, and the Yankees never win the game and don't take the lead, you've kind of wasted King. Now, they go to him anyway because he gives up the run. Would you rather have them go to someone worse? He got him up. He gets the fly ball. He's ready to come in for a Rosarena to try to push him back as far as possible to get him as late into this game as you can before you have to go to Holmes or whoever. Because, let's be honest, if the Yankees don't score, eventually Cordero's coming into the game anyway. Like, how many innings are you going to pitch King? Cordero is coming into that game anyway. Right? And if you're going to tell me, well, you don't know that because the Yankees could score. Well, you don't know King starts that inning, he doesn't give up runs, or that he doesn't have a fly ball that's dropped. Can't have it both ways. Everyone's so sure when the bullpen decision is made and it goes wrong, everyone's so sure what Boone should have done would have worked. You have no idea. What I know is a fly ball that every major league outfielder, everyone, including IKF, including Hicks, including Cabrera, including Bowers, everyone on the Yankees who plays the outfield should make that catch. Every player in baseball who plays the outfield should make that catch. That is an easy catch for a major league outfielder. Easy. He drops it. That's why they lost. That's why they lost the game. We have no idea what would have happened if King goes in there earlier. We have no idea, we got to leave Hamilton in the game. Hamilton could have given up a home run at the end. We have no idea what would have happened. I saw what happened. They got exactly what they wanted. They got 2 outs with 1 man on, King for a Rosarena. That was what was about to happen if that ball's not dropped and then booted around the outfield. So we can blame Boone. Fine. We can blame him if you want. He should have done this, he should have done that. It's a tie game, and if you use King, you probably can't use him. They're trying to stretch it out as long as possible before going to King. And by the way, Cordero has a whip under .9, and he had an ERA under 3 going into the game. Besides one bad game against Baltimore early in the season that he blew a game for the Yankees, besides that, Cordero has been good. He's got good stuff. This bullpen has been very good. It's heading into the game, it's the 3rd best ERA in all of baseball for bullpen. The bullpen has been good. These guys, without having an official closer or someone you feel confident is like the closer, which I think eventually might become King. They're going to have to try and do that. But up and down, Hamilton's been good. King has obviously been good. Marinacio's been good. Cordero's been good. Clay Holmes Holmes has been Clay Holmes and Abreu, the only two guys who really don't have, have had a good, really dominant stretch. Everyone else has been really good. That Boone did not blow this game. The ball was dropped, and it's frustrating. And they battle back. Whatever you think, this Rays team, I'm listening to it. I'm getting text messages. I'm watching it on social media. They don't belong on the same field with the Rays. Nonsense. I'm sorry. The Rays are not this good. The Rays are not this good. They're good. They're not this good. They're not 800 baseball good. They're not 10 games better than the Yankees and 8 games better than the Toronto Blue Jays. They're not. They're not. So I don't like to be 10 games out. And the division's in, I'm not going to call it yet. I'm sure many of you will. That's fine. The division looks like it's in peril. It's in peril. But they don't have to win the division. Much like the Mets don't have to win the division. You don't have to win the division. The Phillies last year didn't have to win the division. The San Diego Padres didn't have to win the division. The Yankees won the division last year, didn't do anything for them. You have to be one of the six, and you have to be there playing well. And right now, the Yankees, whatever you think the cause of the injury, and if you want to call me and argue about Brian Cashman, fine. Fine. And I agree with you. There's been too many injuries on this team, too many years in a row. It's a problem. And we'll get into the Rodon injury, which is just unbelievable at this point. But I mean, Bader's trying to make a play, bangs his head. Aaron Judge, flops into third base, hurts his hip. Peraza, trying to steal second base late in the game, tweaks an ankle. Like, they've had bad luck as well as guys who are injury prone. Stanton's injury prone now at this point, and having a hamstring injury for Stanton is par for the course. That I'll give you. And that's why I was pissed Brian Cashman didn't go out and get a left fielder or someone who could help solidify this outfield when you have pitchers and nothing, and you have guys who tend to get hurt. Totally agree. But sometimes when you watch a game and you see that the Yankees are right there in the game, they battle back, they get Bader back, he hits a big 3-run home run, they're right there in this game, and they lose it because an outfielder drops a baseball. You don't have to rehash everything Brian Cashman has done for 3 years because of it. And not everything is because of Boone. I'm sorry. I don't think last night was egregious. The game is still tied. You make it sound like the Yankees would have won the game if they went to King there. It's still a tie game. They have to score a run. And eventually, King can't pitch forever. Cordero's going to get into this game. 877-337-6666. But this Yankee season's not dead. And this Yankee team's not dead. And it's starting to feel like everybody feels that way, and it's ridiculous. It's May. I don't care how many games back they are. It's May 6th. Will in Long Island. What's up, Will?
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
I called the other day, Robert, to defend your asking point, but I'm calling today because you hit the nail on the head. If you look back at 2021, the Yankees were really, really, really bad. Where on July 4th, and Chapman blew the state against the Mets, they were 41-41 on July 4th.
Yeah.
And that was a season that they ended up making the playoffs. They won 10, 13 games in a row in the month of August. And they went into the playoffs. Their starting shortstop, Andrew Velasquez, and Brett Gardner as a starting center fielder.
Yeah.
And it's not about winning the division, it's how you finish the season. And the Red Sox had a 10-game lead on the Yankees for the first wild card, and the Yankees erased that in the month of July and August. But they stumbled in September, and they ended up losing the wild card game because Cole had to pitch the worst day of his career to have a really bad outing. So the season is far from over, and I fully expect them to be in the playoffs when the season ends because as we see in 2021, even with a terrible team, they still muster out 90+ wins.
Yeah, listen, I totally agree with you. The division's not over. It looks bad right now. I don't know what to tell you. But last year they were up 8 games on Toronto in the field in June. June, I don't think anybody was clamoring the division's over for the Yankees are going to win the division. I don't remember that. It's just, look, they have to start playing better. They need to get their guys back, and they need to start playing well. And we can argue about Brian Cashman and why guys are hurt. And having a team full of guys who get hurt. Fine. But the fact of the matter is their best player and two-hitter and starting right fielder is gone. Their second best hitter, in my opinion, when he's going, is Stanton. He's gone. Three of their starting pitchers are gone. You got to throw guys like Brito and Clark Schmidt every fifth day. They've got Loizaga in the bullpen gone. I mean, the entire team, top to bottom. I know we all hate Donaldson, but he can bring something to this team. At least be someone on the bench other than Hicks, which, by the way, Hicks needs to go. And it's embarrassing the Yankees are still holding on to him. It's embarrassing. I don't understand it. I don't know why Hicks is still here. I'm not telling you Brian Cashman's perfect. I'm not defending everything he does. He's made a ton of mistakes, a ton. And really, since 2020, he's made a lot of bad moves. He's made a lot of bad moves. And, you know, it seems like right now Rodon is another one of them. And, again, a lot of issues with Brian Cashman. He didn't go out and get a left fielder. I don't care. And I heard his press conference. You know, there was really no trades to be made. I understand that. There needed to be a better left fielder on this team. By hook or by crook, he needed to figure it out. There's too many guys injury prone. The outfield depth wasn't good enough. You can't go into a season with, you know, Franchi Cordero and Willie Calhoun as your bench in your outfield with IKF as your backup center fielder. I know Bader got hurt, but still, not good enough. There's a lot of things not good enough with this team. But you watched that game last night. I know early on it's 4-0. They came back. They fought back into this game. They're right there with the Reds in this game, and we'll see what happens the rest of the next two games. Herman's was brilliant the last time out, and then Cole's on the mound. And they're 7-0. They're 7-0 in Cole starts. Now, that's bound to change. Yeah, of course it's bound to change. He's not going to go undefeated. But we're so quick to give up and then try and, you know, make everything like literally. I was getting tweets, and I know Twitter's not everything, and all of you are on Twitter for like everything. Every time something happens, what do you think about Brian Cashman now? Everything is Brian Cashman. You think I'm the Cashman obsessed? I'm not. It's the fan base is Brian Cashman obsessed. You're Brian Cashman crazy. He's not perfect, but we don't have to go over his whole record every time something happens. It's just maddening. They lost the game because an outfielder dropped the ball. So I'm sorry. That's what happened. Watch the game. That's what happened. And again, 10 games out. Oh, 10 games out. 10 games out. This season's not over. This team isn't done. They lost a brutal game to a team where they had an opportunity to win the game. It's tied 4-4 in the seventh, and they drop the ball in the outfield, and then kick it around to boot. If they had a Gold Glove center in left fielder, would that have happened? No, I guess not. They should have all-stars and Gold Glovers everywhere. They're one, and listen, it's rough to watch right now. I get you. It's frustrating. But I don't know, like, one, the problem is, and this is what I'll say about the Yankees, because to me it is about how they play. It's not, I don't care about the division. I really don't. I know maybe I'm in the minority. I don't care they're 10 games out. I don't. I don't even look at the standings. I'm really not that concerned about where the Yankees are right now in the standings. I know it's a big mountain to climb. I understand that. One, I'm not even sure how important anymore with this new playoff format winning division is. And neither do you, by the way. All the fans who are clamoring right now that they're 10 games back could care less. If the Yankees make this heroic comeback, take on the Rays,
beat the crap out of them down the stretch, go on this unbelievable second half run, win the division, and then lose in the first round. No one is going to talk about the great second half where they came back and beat the Rays in the division. No one. No one. No one's going to care. Because whatever your problems are with Brian Cashman and the Yankees, it's not that they don't win enough regular season games. Nonsense. That is not the complaint. Sorry. It's just not. No one. So I don't care about the standings right now. I care about how they're playing the game. I care about what the team looks like and how they're playing. And they took 2 out of 3 from Cleveland, even with the smash unit. They took 2 out of 3 from Cleveland. They pitched well in the series. They came up with big hits. Not a lot of them, but enough of them. And they were in a game tied in the 7th inning against the almighty Rays. And then they dropped the fly ball. A lot of things. There's a lot of plays in this game that make or break it. Again, there's an opportunity to turn 2, and Gleyber Torres decides to go for a ball that's going to be in Volpe's glove, and then nobody's at second base to turn 2. And that cost them a run. And then obviously there's also the hitting of Rosarena, which, by the way, I know maybe a brouhaha wouldn't be the worst thing for this team and get a little excitement. Nobody's trying to hit a Rosarena on purpose. All right? Nobody's trying to. I honestly thought when he first got hit on the first at bat, he was more upset he didn't get a chance to hit off a burrito than he actually was pissed off that they threw inside. And by the way, he got hit on his elbow guard both times. It's like he got plunked in the middle of his back. A couple of fastballs riding in because you see what happens when he extends and hits the ball 400 feet. So they're trying to get in on his hands and a couple balls got in. Now, I get why the Rays are upset. He got hit twice after hitting a home run. And if you want to pitch inside, fine, but don't hit me. And we all get it. Well, let's not make it seem like, Rosarena's being thrown to, and the Yankees are pathetic, and they don't like the home run. That's nonsense. They're trying to pitch into a guy who's killing him. He took a breaking ball away and hit it 400 feet. That's why they're trying to pitch him inside. And he got hit on the elbow guard both times, so please, quiet down. Although, again, I wouldn't mind a little scuffle. Might get this team going a little. Rob in Belport. What's up, Rob?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Just calling about the Yankees, and I don't know. I'm not the one to argue with your opinion or whatever, but I don't know. I just with Judge being out, it's like it feels very deflated at this point. You know, we were good last year because Judge had a season to remember. But now it's all catching up to us. I feel like the heck, it feels like you're just beating up the pinata at this point, saying a lot of these points, but it's the obvious, the Hicks, the Donaldsons, it's like the Stan injury,
Yeah, but again, I have a real, I'm arguing with Stan. I'm surprised so many people, listen, I understand Stanton gets hurt, but Stanton is their best postseason player. And again, you can't tell me your problem is the Yankees don't win enough regular season. That can't be a problem. Because every time I mention that the Yankees win 90 games, people tell me to shut my face.
That's just spoiled Yankee fans.
Right.
They're just really unreal.
I understand, and Stanton needs to get healthy, but we know how important he is when he plays. And we can talk about whether trading for him was a mistake, but then it opens up the possibility of getting Harper and Machado. Okay. He's here. That happened in 2018. He's here, and he's been their best postseason player by a mile. Whether it's hitting 6 home runs in the 2020 postseason, whether it's the only guy who showed up in the 21 wildcard game banging balls off the wall at Fenway, whether it's hitting a 3-run home run in Game 5 against Cleveland last year to win them that series, he has been their best player, bar none, in the postseason. Bar none. Better than Judge, better than even Cole, if you want to even take it to a pitcher. The best player on the New York Yankees in the postseason since 2020, for sure, has been Giancarlo Stanton. That's just a fact. And they need him back desperately. They need him back. But and hopefully this year it doesn't kill them. It hasn't killed them in previous seasons. It hasn't. They've been able to overcome the injuries. They've made moves like 2019 gets brought up a lot. I heard Tiki Tierney talking about 2019. 2019 gets brought up a lot. Brian Cashman did an incredible job filling the holes. Now, is he the reason for the holes? Again, we could have another discussion. He did an amazing job bringing in Gio Urshela, Luke Voigt, Cameron Nathan, Mike Topman. I mean, just you name it. Guys who, Stanton played 19 games that year. Judge missed 60 games that year. And Duhar was going to be next up and coming starting third baseman. Led the team in doubles. Should have been rookie of the year. Had this unbelievable season in 18, 19. Hurts his shoulder 2 weeks in. They go out and spend $25,000 for Gio Urshela. Who's better? They win 103 games, win the division, lose in the postseason. No one cares what they did in 2019. No one cares. And I'm not saying you should. But the same people who will cry about games in April and games in May and being 10 games out of the division don't give a damn if they win the division. It's all about what you do in the postseason. And the Yankees are 2 games out of the playoffs, and they have nobody. 877-337-6666. McMonagle here with you on the fan. We'll come back and see the Yankee focus. We'll get into the Mets. We'll get into Rodon, obviously. And here's the thing with Rodon. When we come back, there's a part of this news and a part of this injury that I think people are not understanding. There's a word being attached to this injury that I'm not sure the fan base is getting. So we'll get into that as we get through the morning. McMonagle here with you on the fan. Home of Boomer and Gio in the morning. It's like, what expensive problem can you solve? And then, when I'm not there to be like, no.